Okay, so I have been promising y'all this video, and I'm finally getting it done. So, all right, we are in the middle. Hang on. Yeah, I needed that. We are in the middle of the Happenstance Journal project, and I've been telling y'all, I wish there was some way you could see me and the desk, but I couldn't figure that out. Not with the setup I currently have. Yes, this is still the temporary art studio, but y'all, it's not looking very temporary. I'm starting to get nervous that when I move all this back up there, which isn't empty, that I'm gonna just be overwhelmed again. So I'm gonna have to start clearing out, because I figure if it's back here, it's a priority, because obviously I'm using it, right? Right. Okay. So, back on topic. I've been promising y'all a video on what to do if you want to do phase 3 of the art journaling, which is actually taking all the focal images that we made, all the backgrounds that we made, and the journal that you either made, chose, gathered, or bought, and put them all together to become a fabulous, complete art journal, all in one go. The reason I wanted to do this is, if you're like me, you have a ton of art journals that you have, which starts the front. Started, how fabulous, how fabulous, how fabulous, how fabulous, and then faded away. just faded away. Yeah, there's random backgrounds in here with nothing done to them. Just random ones where I either these were gel prints. I thought, oh, I'll put those in as a background. They're just stuck in there. Yeah, these at least stuck down. So if you're like me, you have tons of incomplete art journals. Now, the end of last year, hopefully you joined me in finishing an art journal, and I did finish mine, and I posted that, and it was very exciting sense of accomplishment. I finished a journal, but I still have a ton of them. So I thought this would be great to start and finish an entire art journal, and this is the one I made, all in one go. You know, make all the focal images, make all the backgrounds, put them together, 1 page a day, and finish a journal. Now, here's the thing. Not everybody can do that. I have been really pushing myself, which is why we've had some gaps, to get all this done. And just because I pushed myself to do 24 pages in 24 days, does not mean you have to, all right? But what I hope you're doing is figuring out when you can art journal, for how long, and you're setting up a regular practice. And while I've always wanted my regular practice to be daily, because I really do feel better. I'm more relaxed. I'm happier if I do some kind of art in my day. Now, the benefit of that is if I do it in the morning so that it carries me through the day. But all too often I do mine at night. But at least it relaxes me from the day. But that is my goal. Figure out what your goal is, all right? And we used to actually start assemblage on the 24th. And that's what I'm going to call the last phase, assemblage, because we've already made all the pieces. Now we're just going to choose which ones to put them together, do our finishing touches, and have a complete journal. All right, that's the plan. Y'all know with me, everything is always subject to change. I have considered doing assemblage as phase 3 and finishing touches as phase 4. But I really want to get this done, and I'm super excited about it. It is going to be longer videos. Not probably longer than the backgrounds, but they're not going to be the 15-minute that we had for the focal images, which actually most of them were closer to 30. But I've called it 15 minutes still because I did 2. Yeah. And see, on the hour-long backgrounds, I made 4. That's 15 minutes each. See how great I am at rationalizing? But I'm not going to set a time limit on myself on these because I want to actually enjoy the process, all right? But I am hoping to complete 1 a day. As we get going, if I realize there's no way I can do that, then my plan is to divide assemblage and finishing touches out, and we'd go for 4 phases instead of 3. But I'm hoping that those kind of go together enough that I can get it done in one fell swoop, 1 full page a day. All right. But back to the point of this video, y'all, 6 minutes, and I keep getting distracted because I've got the counter in front of me for once. If you haven't done phase 1 and 2, you don't have focal images, you don't have backgrounds, you don't have anything. All right. What can you do? All right, let me set these aside. First thing is going to be pick your journal or make your journal. Okay. Under the heading of pick your journal. If you don't want to make a journal, you don't have a journal. You're brand new to art journaling. There are tons of art journals you can buy. And most of these are extremely inexpensive. I will tell you the ones that are a little pricier. We'll start this one because I bought it yesterday because I want to try it out. So I got this at Hobby Lobby yesterday, and I have the receipt in front of me, and $12.49. I'm looking at it thinking, I can't tell in this because they just say art. Everything says art. Everything I bought says art. Okay, so $12.49. So, and it has 60 pages. It's watercolor paper. No, it's not. It's mixed media paper. 110 pounds is the weight. So it's a medium weight paper. Medium weight. Not super thick. It's not super light. It will take some wet medium. And it will take it better than the paper you've been seeing me use. That gives you, but not as good as this super heavy, at least 300 GSM paper I usually use. So $12, 60 pages. And now here's the only thing. Even if you do just the fronts, that's still 30 actual pages. That's a lot of pages. So, yeah, consider that if you want to actually finish a book. If you just want to do a daily practice, you just want to get a good start on it, then yeah, this is great because you can, technically, you could work in this one journal if you're new all year, okay? If you want something though a little lightweight, a little cheaper, and this is originally what I was going to do. They're just little inserts for the Medora style covers. You know, I think this one's actually smaller. This is, I think, the passport size. And field note size. This is the field note size. So this one's actually smaller, but they're just little covers, and then they have elastic, and you stick these in. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just use these as they are. I wish I had grabbed a finished one. I didn't. They're up front. You can also buy just like little kits that have this, but a pretty one. All right. These are 29 sheets. 29 pages, not 29 sides. So I think it's 58 page sides, if I remember from counting it before. Because originally what I was going to do is I was going to skip this page. I usually glue that page down, do just the front, and then make notes about what I did on this side, and that was going to be 29. And then I decided 2 things. One, it was too small for the layering that I wanted to do, and it was too many pages. And I didn't take any notes. So I had nothing to put on the note side. So you can get these kind in plain, and then I think I order these from Amazon, and they come like either 20 or 30 to a package, and they're less than $20. So these are super cheap. You can also get a composition notebook in the school section of your Dollar General, your Dollar Tree, your Walmart, your whatever you have. Do I have a composition notebook around here? You know what I'm talking about, like kids use. for school. You can use those. All right, this one I got off Amazon. It is super thick. Again, if you want to finish, if you want to start, it's great. And I think it was like $25. That's just a guesstimate. This one I got at, I think, Michael's several years ago. Probably in the $20, $25 range. Starting, great. Finishing, nope. This one is a Dilutions. I do love them. They are probably in the $30 to $35 range. Again, starting, yes. Finishing, no. This one is my favorite actual journal. And I haven't started this one. I've actually got a smaller one I have started. And I kind of wanted to finish it before I started this one, which is why it's back here, because it's just stored. But I love the size. And my other one is probably about this size. It is a Dina Wakley. I love it because it has all different papers in it. Again, starting a journal, yes. Finishing a journal, no. You're not going to finish this in 24 days. But I do love that it has all the different papers. Okay, this one I got from my home office store. What's it called? Staples. Again, it's super cheap. I think it was maybe $10. And yeah, I started in it and then kind of moved on. It was my experimentation kind of journal. Yeah, like I drew this with a stick. Yeah, but again, I think they're super cheap. $10 range probably, maybe 15. Alright, this one is my inspiration one, but it is just a regular sketchbook. Okay, I don't remember where I got it. The brand is Piccadilly. And it's great for sticking into, but again, it's fairly large. I do like that it has this cover that makes it look like, you know, a regular, but it actually is a Coptic bound, and so that means they open completely flat. I do like that. Again, starting a journal, yes. Finishing a journal, no. So again, you have to figure out exactly what you want to do in this process. So, buy a journal, make a journal. Okay, if you go back over 2022 on our journaling artists page, you can see different ways to make journals. Okay, and we made teeny tiny ones that are just stapled in. Okay, so you could make something this size. All right, super easy. This is a pamphlet stitch journal. Super easy to make. They look really cool. I cross my stitches. You don't have to cross your stitches. I just like the way it looks when you cross them. But super easy to make. This one's 2 signatures. And here's what I love about these. You determine how many pages are in your journal. Okay? So start and finish. Homemade is really the best way, and they're super easy. But you can also do loose sheets and bind them later, or you can put them in a notebook for pretty thick. You can make your own journal. If you want to actually finish, I do recommend making a journal so that you control the size of your paper and the number of pages. That's my recommendation. Do with you what you will. All right. So, backgrounds and focal images. Background pages. You didn't make any background pages. And you don't want to go back and make background pages. And let me just stop here 1 second and say, you can just start now, right? All the videos are up in here in the group, and here on the YouTube channel, whichever one you're looking at. On the YouTube channel, there's a playlist of them all, Happenstance Journal Project 2023. If you're on Art Journaling Artists, you can search Happenstance Journal, or you can just scroll through. Okay, they are easier to find on my YouTube, but once you find one, you can use that to get to YouTube. Okay, and this will be on both. Yay! Okay, so backgrounds. If you choose not to just start at the beginning and end when you end, and you can make, instead of making this 3-phase 24/12 or 24-day allocation, whether I did 24 videos or not, because I still allocated 24 days for backgrounds, even though I only did 12 video days, because I made 4 at a time. But anyway, instead of making them 24 days, you could make it in the 3 sections, possibly 4, but hopefully 3. You could make this a year-long project, you know? Maybe you want to do 1 focal point a week and use those videos as your inspiration. Maybe you want to do it over 2 years. It's your project in your journal. The fact that I did it this way doesn't mean you have to. I can't stress that enough, because people are always telling me, oh, I want to do it so bad, but I don't have the time to do that every day. You don't have to. I chose to. You do what you want to do when you can do it. All right? All right. Okay. I really do try to stress that, because I don't want anybody to feel pressured here. I want you to feel inspired. I want you to feel welcome. I want you to have fun and be creative and de-stress. I don't do this for a living. Nothing I do costs any money, because I don't do this for a living. I don't share it for a living. I don't share it to get paid. I don't make a cent. I share it because I believe in it. I love it, and it keeps me accountable. If I tell y'all I'm going to do a video a day, then I feel like, oh yeah, I got to get my video done today, because they're going to notice. You keep me accountable so that I do my daily art journaling to deal with my stress, okay? You figure out what you need to do to deal with yours. Maybe you don't have a stressful life, but most of us kind of do, so yeah. All right, trying again. Background pages. All right, you didn't make any. You don't want to go back and make any. What can you do? All right, so you can hit your local Goodwill. All right, they have tons of old books. They have they have tons of old books. Okay, they have children's books, and you can use this entire book. You can get a children's book, and that can be your art journal. You can just leave those in there, layer over them, add to them, paint over them. This could actually be your art journal. I actually can't open this and show you that because I've robbed the pages. Because I use the pages for, I use the pages for collage. And I use the pages for collage. I use them for images. I cut them out. I do all kinds of stuff. So, children's books, great. But just vintage books. All right, this was a Reader's Digest, and that was the end paper. That's beautiful. That would be a beautiful background. Same Reader's Digest, that's a picture that was in it. I think there was another picture here where this continued on. Gorgeous background. You didn't do anything. Of course, you do have to, if you're going to do this, you do have to size your journal appropriately. If you're using this one, that's sized appropriately. Yeah, that could be your background. And all you did was tear it out of an old Reader's Digest. See? It's an end paper. Reader's Digest. That's all it is. Images, even though we're not actually 2 there, same Reader's Digest. That's the page that is glued to this end page. But they also can be your focal images. Cute. All right. So old books, this is an old ledger, old sheet music, another old book. So those can be your backgrounds. They can also be collage fodder to make your own background. Mix them all up. You see me do that a lot, because it's one of my favorite ways to start an art journal page. You can also use scrapbook paper, and a lot of scrapbook paper is 2-sided. So this is one page's background, that's the other page's background, because it cuts down and gives you more than one. So there's 2 backgrounds if you're using that size. So scrapbook paper, and it comes in a ton. Hang on, let me fan it out. A ton of colors, weights, patterns, you name it. and it's not expensive. And if you do paper craft, or you used to paper craft, if you're a scrapbooker moved over into art journaling, you probably have a ton of it. Most of us do. Okay. Of course, you can also buy fancy papers. These are exotic handmade papers. You can use those. These are card backs. They're sized to make your own greeting cards. They're one-sided because you can see the fold line on that one, kind of right there. Yeah. So there you go. Backgrounds pre-made. Just pick your color. Magazines. This is a Mackenzie Childs. Especially these high-end. Oh, this was the calendar, not the catalog. But anyway, some of these have great graphics. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. That's a great starting point. And you can cut it down. And of course, background. Okay, or cut each one out and you've got focal images. Check out your Dollar Tree. If you have a Dollar Tree or any other kind of dollar store, these came from Dollar Tree and they're stickers. Not a background, but they were the next thing in my stack. All right, you also can get these packs that have everything. So these packs, this is a Stamperia. I got it off Amazon, but it's got the papers, journaling cards, tags, and I think it might even have stickers. Here, I'll show you the back. I don't know how much of that you can see. But these packs, they pretty much give you everything. They're made for scrapbookers, but slap some paint and ink and pen detail on there and start from these. Okay? Regular magazine. I also have a video on taking a catalog or magazine and turning it into an art journal. So that's an option. It's in the October videos. But just regular, not, these are the ones I read, sorry. Not art magazines, just regular magazines. You can turn these into your art journal. You can use the great images for your backgrounds. You can cut them out. You know, we've got one where I made paper dolls. Instead of making a paper doll, just cut out models out of magazines. There's your paper doll. Add some pen and pencil to it. That'd be a great background right there. Okay, so magazine images. If you subscribe to art journal magazines like me, you can also cut these down. It's very hard. Oh, it's so very hard. But they do have some great images. But just remember, these are a starting point, not an ending point. And then there's magazines like Flow. This is a little hard to find, but it's a great magazine. It's a magazine of papers. So it has great images, but it also has great papers in it that you can use. Okay. Flow magazine. Here, wait, let me turn it for the papers. Flow magazine, and a lot of times they do them one-sided, so you don't have to choose which side you want to use. But Flow magazine's got inspiration and papers to use. All right. So magazines, whether they're regular magazines or journal magazines. I have a box in my kitchen that I just put things in. Okay. So anything that comes into my house that's interesting. So I'm just going to go through these. I bought, what's the label of this? Tarani. It's a flavor for your coffee. And I don't know if you can actually see that. But it had such a cool seal on the end. And I thought, I can use that. Yeah, hoarder tendencies. Just going to be honest. Hoarder tendencies. I bought some new clothes recently. And they had some really cool tags. And they're great weight. Super thick. Super thick. So clothing tags. If you eat out, sometimes your utensils will come in these skinny little paper sacks. I guess I keep them. And my friends all know. And if you tell your friends your hoarder tendencies, and you have great friends like I do, they will save their cool trash for you. Okay, so these postcards actually come in food packaging that I get. If something is wrapped, this was food packaging. It was wrapped around something, but it's just colored tissue. Backgrounds, and all these things I'm showing you, they can become backgrounds, they can become focal images, they can become collage fodder, they can become layering pieces. Look at the stuff that's coming in your house is my point, because you don't necessarily have to make something. These are the bags that the tea bags come in. An ad for sweet tea. The foil that was around something. Tea, coffee. Okay, I drink a lot of tea. I told you that already. But some of them have these kind of wrappers instead of these kind of wrappers. These kind of wrappers. And I'll show you what I mean, what those are. They're this, and you open up like this and you pull the tea bag out, right? Well, you can just pull that side, and it's just crimped. That's all they do. They crimp them closed. And so now, yeah. So, okay, I order in my coffee. I do. And every time they send me coffee, they send me these stickers. So I have a ton of them. I save them. I use them. Tea. This was coffee. This was coffee packaging. I did wash it out and stand up in my sink drainer. That was the lid. I probably didn't need to keep that part. Yeah, but I washed them out. A Skinny Cow label. I washed it. But it was a cool shape. The same coffee place also sometimes sends me patches. These are patches. Pretty cool. I keep them. I use them. Another postcard from the Japanese food. If you get your medicine, or in my case vitamins, pre-packaged, they come in these cute little packages, and mine have little facts or quotes or something on them. Just like fingerprints, everybody has a unique tongue print. That's on this one. This one says, listen to a new genre of music today, even if it's just for a few minutes. So they have little things on them. And I liked that, so I kept them. More tea papers. More tea papers. More Skinny Cow. I do love me some Skinny Cow. I did wash it. This had honey on the end. Honey crystals for your tea. And I thought it was just a cool stick when I used it, after I used it, so I saved it. Food packaging. This was a popcorn bag, and of course your fortune cookies. So all of this, I'm going to stick all this in this bag right here. All of this was trash that just came into my house that will at some point find its way into a mixed media painting, collage, art journal page, something, because it was cool trash. Cool trash. I know, you're like, cool trash? Yes, my mother, it does stress my mother out that I believe there is such a thing as cool trash. It does stress her out. Alright, what else have I got in here? Envelopes. So this was just a giant envelope something came in, and I did a Did. The neurographical doodle on the front. Yeah. And then it's actually folded to become a art journal cover. This will be the spine. And when you open it, you'll open it like this. And there's a pocket here. And then the book part will be here. So anyway, that's a twofer. That's reusing your trash, or three for, I guess. Reusing your trash, a design idea, and a homemade journal idea. Okay. Of course, you get all kinds of stuff in the mail. Just stuff in the mail. I liked her. It was crazy, but I did. I like the giant letters. These envelopes, when you go to the bank, they make great little pockets in your journals. Of course, bags. Again, this one's from my pharmacy. I'll throw that away. I don't need that. Okay, the same place that I get the Japanese food, they send me a Japanese magazine that goes along with it. The postcard, the magazine, and then this is some more of the packaging for their food. I tried Daily Harvest, and it came with this, and I thought that would be a cool art journal. I just need to use it. It's already a very cool art journal. It was just an art journal for their marketing, so I can use their pages as a jump off point to make it my journal. So yeah. And then of course, if you doodle, this, I sat and doodled while I was on the phone. Fortune cookie, and this was the closure on that orange tissue paper that was wrapped around food. Okay, so hopefully that's given you some ideas of things that you can truly just gather up, save up, hit your friends up for. Save your cute trash for the next week. So that you've got things to start with for the last section, even if you didn't do the first two. So there you go. Is it gonna have a totally different look than mine? Yes, but here's the thing: it should. It's not mine. It's not mine. It's yours, and yours should have a totally different look. So if you're new and I'm gonna put all this up while we talk, because this is also all the brushes I cleaned. If you're new and you are wanting to jump in and you want to hit the ground running, that's how you can do it. You can either back up and start at the beginning, finish in your own time, whenever that is. If you are in my group, I ask that you share the pictures. I love to see them. I love to see them. If you are not in the group, you're doing this on YouTube, then I ask that you, yes, I cleaned it. Hopefully it will now work. That you either join my group. We'd love to have you. Or, and it's free. Everything's free. The only thing, there are a couple of rules. If you want to join the group, join from your personal. If you are an artist and you have an art page, join from your personal page, not your art group page or your business page, because I'll turn you down. But I'll send you back a thing saying I'd love to have you, but please join it under your personal, because I don't allow any advertising. And joining from your art page, kind of advertising. And and even if that's not your intent, it is some people's intent. They want to join so that people start interacting with them, so they can say, head over to my thing and buy my products, buy my art, view my videos that I get paid for. They want to promote themselves. That is not the purpose of this group. This group is for us to all get together, have art, enjoy ourselves, share our art. I don't care if you're a professional artist. Love to have you. But come as a person, not as a professional. Right? Right. Hope that made sense and I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. So anyway, if you don't though join the group, hashtag Happenstance Journal Project 2023. I'll see it. I do hit that every so often just to see if anybody's posted anything or who has. What posts are there? Oh, as long as these are in my hand. I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday. Already told you that. I've never tried the Master's Touch paints. And the heavy body was $20. The regular was $12. And I needed titanium white anyway. Because if you watched my last one, you know I have pretty much used all the Reeves. I have pretty much used all the Liquitex. And the golden is long gone. So I go through a lot of white. So I thought I'd try it. I'll let you know what I think. I'll show you. I bought these blender brushes. Everybody's talking about how great they are. I thought I'd try them. And they were $7. And I am not endorsed by anyone. Okay? If I tell you I bought something, it's because I wanted it. I don't buy anything because I'm endorsing for anyone. No one pays me. No one sends me free products. Although if you sell something, you'd like to send me a free product, I'd love it. Because I spend a lot of money on products. But yeah, but I keep seeing people using these and saying how much they love them. They're these little, they're like sideways paintbrushes. And they're for like the distress inks and stuff. They're super soft. But anyway, everybody keeps saying they just love them. And so I saw them while I was in there yesterday and I thought, I'll try them. So you'll be seeing these. We'll see what we think. Are they any better than the just using the stamp pad itself? Which I'll be honest, you know, I have all those little blenders that Ranger makes that have the little sponges. I have those, but I hardly ever even use those anymore. I pretty much just use the side of the, or I put it on my mat and get it water in a paintbrush. Yeah, I pretty much have my own way of using things, but I thought I'd try these because they are kind of paintbrushy, and I do like paintbrushies. Okay, so you have basically a week from tomorrow, because you'll see this on Sunday, and I will be posting my first page on Monday the 24th. So you have a week from tomorrow if you want to do it in real time with me to gather up your stuff, make your decisions. The only thing I really strongly urge you to make is a journal. And you can watch my pamphlet stitch. You can watch someone else's pamphlet stitch. If you just Google pamphlet stitch journal, it's 3 holes and some thread. Super, super easy. Anyone's video is good enough to show you how to do that. All right. So gather up your goodies, pick, make, or grab a journal you haven't finished and you want to work in, and meet me on the 24th. Bye, y'all.